Hey guys, welcome back. In today's session here, let me mark some equal lows out for you guys here. What is going on? Alright, so we've got equal lows down here. I know we've pushed higher, which is fine, but at some point we're most probably going to come back and run these lows. Alright, so 10 o'clock is going to be soon. Then we're going to see news coming in, and I think news is then just going to run, most probably just run down. But, or it can just spike up. Doesn't matter, we've got 10 minutes left, so while we wait, let me see if everything's working on my end. For those who's joining you. Okay, let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Let's put it here. Alright, so let's see. Everything seems to be in good working order here. Let's go to the charts and let's break this down. Alright, so we've got these equal lows here. This is just a view up, leaving it there for, I don't know. I think we could come, maybe news run low, or maybe we just continue higher, but let's see what's going to happen at 10 o'clock. Let's just mark out, let's see from here. I want to see that there's the first favorably gap is up here. Boom, boom, boom. It's obviously purple. Favorably gap. That's important level, so we might see a push higher and then okay, well, we'll see. It's important to have this here because we can see a reversal here, test to come and run these lows here. I think for now we're just going to sit and wait. I actually thought, because we ran these highs earlier here, that this candle could have sent us all the way. It turned on a dime and go the opposite direction. Here we see, I don't know, let's see what it does here. Okay, 40. Okay, so this is the orb, so we could see price coming the other direction, and I'm actually gonna take a sell here and just target these lows. It's a bit of a risky trade because we could still shoot through those highs, but be as it may. Let's see where we want to go. Perfect test there. A really nice entry, but Reason I like this to short now, this black candle closed below the swing point here and invert this first fair value gap. Alright, let's leave that as is. Let's see what's happening. Still 5 minutes to go here. Just waiting patiently. Okay, let's see this high here. That's that ORB strategy. You can see we've gone out of it. There's a nice inversion entry, and then the target's obviously the opposite side. And all we got to do, guys, is just wait patiently. No rush. Right, we've got 2.5 minutes left. So let's see what we get here. Alright, so I'm still keeping an eye on these equal lows here. Then obviously this first fair value gap. Hopefully this is our wall of resistance to send price lower. Right, all depends on this candle now, whether it's going to give us some sort of a rejection. Test at first, fair value gaps 50%, looks good. So it's all about the next candle. Okay, countdown. Here we go. 5 seconds. We're going to see some volume now. Volatility. Okay, so let's see. So this holds price to move lower. Good to see this candle close below here. Not the biggest candle. It's still wondering about this liquidity down here, and it also lines up with the bottom structure or bottom low of the orb range, that first 15 minutes. So that to me seems like a good place for liquidity. Alright, so let's see if we can push through. Come at break even, so if something has to happen now, so I'll be covered. But I would like to see price to go take those equal lows. Did break below and close below the swing low. Not yet below here. I want to see it close down. Hey, for some reason we want to keep those lows intact. Right, let's see if we're going to go down now. Or we're going to get stopped out. We'll see this high holds if this is going to create a swing high. So far I'm happy with my stop where it is. I want to see price go low. I want to see this low get stopped below it. If we stop below this low and these equal lows, then I think there's more downside there. Hold on to my position here. Even if I get stopped out here, that's fine. I'm hoping that this swing high will hold price to send us lower here. This here. And I'm going to see a close below this here. If we go above that, then so be it. Okay, let's see if we can go and get that momentum pushed down now. Maybe it's just holding us for something. We're right at that view up there. So let's see. So we took liquidity on the top side, these highs. Now the next sensible place is to go down, in my mind. Alright, so let's see if we're going to get that big push. Alright, so we through the profit, we secure the 318. Talking about how this candle closes here. Was a good target though, and a good profit. And guys, it's important to mark out the things that you obviously see as important. What was important here is this high not get taken out, but this was a target into this. Now we have not seen a close below this, so we might most probably just gonna come back into the range and do some other stuff, unless we pilot this low and close below it to push lower here. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see if we can get that push. Alright, so at this point I think we're either going to reverse to come back in here. I'll take this off because it's not relevant now. Or we're just going to test this to close lower here. Alright, so let's keep a close eye. Alright, so I'm not taking any trades now, guys. I've had a trade. It was proper trade, and we kept the wrist tight, and now it's all about, I don't know what David wants to do here. Let's maybe do this. I'll make it a different color. What color shall we make it? Let's make it a gray color. Then we know that's the ORB range, and then it's easier to follow it. Alright, so maybe we see that push down now. Alright, let's see how much we can push lower here. Yeah, let's see. Push, push, push. A little bit more. Little bit more. Okay, let me take off my face. Let's see what is up for grabs here. Why are we pushing lower? Okay. We could go for this low here. And that is to fill this gap. This gap here, make it blue. And that is what we could target here. Alright, so let's keep an eye and see if that's where we want to go to. Push, push, push. Alright, so I mean, that was not too bad. I mean, now we keep pushing lower. We had a nice target. Let's see what it was. If you have been patient and entered on that 15%, 50%, I mean, that's a nice 4-to-1 trade for you. Yeah, I deem this as an A+ setup because there was so much confluence here that so good to keep an eye on these things. Okay, so let's see, where do we think we going to continue lower here, or are we just pulling back? Alright, let's do this. Let's remove the face. And then what we do is we go for hours. Alright, so we've gone through this, open this little, okay, so we've got this equal highs up there, which is the big target, and then more targets up higher. And we had a little, opening gap or inefficiency that we started this week, and now we've closed above it, and now it looks like we're gonna want to bounce from here. And one thing, let's take this off. Sorry guys, I just want to take stuff off here. This is what's important for me. Is this heavily gap. H4s for hours, and as you guys can see, we have not tapped in there yet. We have not filled it. So what makes sense is we've run equal lows here, maybe bounce from here to go back up there. Or we can go lower, but this is liquidity right here that we have not yet been, we have not targeted yet, and there's an opportunity for some time. So I think if we get a, so obviously we're bearish, so I'm not saying I'm bullish, I'm just saying if we get some sort of turnaround, and obviously this is where I want to see price go into, and then I want price to go up in to this 50% level, which is going to be this 19,679. But we first need to give some sort of a turnaround here. Alright, so there was lots of confluence around this RB session, this first 15 minutes. And there you go, gave us the first February gap, a nice test, and run for liquidity, and now it seems like it wants to go lower. All we've got to do now is just monitor it and see if there's any opportunity here. Right, so I'm not going to force any trades now, guys. I know it's just after 10. And the reason being is I've already got a trade that worked out for me. For now, we're just going to read price, and maybe there's going to be a good opportunity. I don't know. I'm going to mark this out as a place where price could come into. That's a little volume imbalance there. Guys, let me know if any of you guys take any trades here, if it worked out for you, or if there's any level that you actually targeting here. What is this? 3180, 3180. Alright, let's do this. Alright, so now we've managed to get into our other target, which is down here. And now we want to see what price does here. Are we going to bounce here to go higher, or what? Are we going to continue lower? I don't think, guys, we'll just bounce from here. We could, but I do think we might chop around down here before, if we want to go higher. Okay, let's see. Those two little lines down there, that's volume imbalance. Maybe I mean, it's never perfect in a volume imbalance, but that is normally good targets, or if you expect some sort of pullback to get into that, which is good. Let's see. Something. Let's have a look at this. Right, so as you can see, we're going through that volume imbalance. We could pull back, yeah. I mean, this is not like a fair value gap to me, or if you really go through it, it could spike through it, close above it. Doesn't mean this is now bullish. It's not. It doesn't have the same validity as a fair value gap. Let's see if this is just going to be a pullback. What I'm looking at here, guys, is this little gap here. I'm just keeping an eye on that. Let's see something. It's quite interesting. Right, let's see. It seems like there's a problem with my sound. Let me do. Right, guys, let me know if the sound sounds better, yeah? I don't want to sound like a robot, yeah? Thanks for the heads up. Hopefully this sounds better now, guys. Just let me know if, unfortunately, I can't hear the sound, right? Let me do this and see. Hold on. It sounds better now. I've got this little mic. I need to get better mics. When I get those that I can just put on here, it takes all the background sound and noise and all of that out. And but yeah, thanks for the heads up there. So tell me, any trades on your side? Anybody on the stream who's taken something? Alright, so while we wait for price, and I think this is going to be some sort of a pullback, most probably, we'll have to see, because if we close below the swing low, we might target this low again. If we close obviously above here, then I think we're gonna go higher. Alright, so while we wait for price to do something here, we had this first 15-minute range that's set up. We created our first fair value gap outside, come back, invert, push lower, come and test it, and then drop to these equal lows down here. That was a nice A+ setup, and we've gone all the way to the target that we marked out, and funny enough, we just bounced from there. So now I'm watching to see what price is doing here. If we close above that, then I think we're going to go back up here. Or if we close lower and close below these lows, I think we might want to challenge this low again. Alright, so now all we got to do is sit and wait and see if this is what we're going to do. Close above this, then the target is higher. So let's see what we're gonna do. Alright, so I took a break of the 15 RB to the upside, but then stopped me out. But then took a sell. Okay, so break even day for me. Alright. I'm going to take you guys through why I did not take the break to the upside, and just to explain why I did the way I did it. Alright, so let me take my face off. Okay, so before this first 15 minutes, the ORB, as they call it, set up, I've marked out these equal lows here. So I said, alright, so we've been going up. Let's see. So we create this bounce low at 9:30, and then we invert this fair value gap. Now that was the one part where people should be very cautious of. I did not. There's these highs here, so we spiked above it and came down. I thought here we're most probably going to put the low of the ORB below this. We came down. We did not do that. Alright, so now the ORB formed here, and we went all the way up. We broke above that, and at the same time create the first fair value gap, which is fine. So now we know we've got a first fair value gap. We've got equal lows down here. So in my mind, if I want to take a trade now, I want to search liquidity, and I knew there was news coming in at 10. Then we see an aggressive push and invert this first fair value gap. That is a nice entry, or that white candle's test of that 50%. But bear in mind, it's an A+ setup, but it's also a risky setup. Risky setup because there's news coming. Could quite easily have seen a spike above to stop everybody out here. But that was my entry. I took a short there, and I was waiting. We came back, we closed, and I put my stop at break even here. Still targeting this lows, and look for swing highs that should hold price in a premium, which was up here, and we managed to get all the way down there. But below that, we were looking at these lows, and obviously this fair value gap, which perfectly hold price and send it back up again. Alright, so I think what we will do, I will do the AM session, and I will trade this ORB on a daily basis. I've made money on this trade, and but the confluence got to be intact here. I know the one thing that most people look at this point is the VWAP, and I can understand when people look at this candle to say take the buy because it's above the VWAP. I'm trading a slightly different. I've got a VWAP here, but that's not my confluence. My confluence is liquidity. So there was liquidity above this high and obviously this low. We've taken that out, we invert. Tells me we're most likely going to reverse and then take it all the way down to this. Alright, so that's how I traded that today, and yeah, so hopefully that helps. Not that I want to change anybody's strategy, but that's just my view as to why I took a short here, not a long, because this liquidity down here, that was the key thing for me that, you know, taught me to be cautious. And I wanted to see what's happening above this. This thing could quite easily have run up the page, which is fine, and I'll just sit on my hands and wait for that short, because at some point in time we're going to want to come and run liquidity. Alright, so now we've got a bounce here. We now consolidating, and now the key is you know, this candle to close. We did not close, so we're not taking any trades here. For me now, if I want to see price go, I want to see a close above that line. And we haven't closed below this, so we're stuck in a range here. So for now, I'm just sitting patiently and waiting until something tells me, okay, so there's momentum, I want to go there. So now we see some big candles. We could just spike and not close above it, but if we do, then there could be an opportunity for some sort of a buy. Alright, so look, we this channel here, what I'm doing is, obviously I don't know everything about trading that I can tell you all for certain. I've started this channel for myself to track my trading, to track what I'm saying, to hold myself accountable to my trades, and otherwise I can look at the chart after the fact and say, oh, that's why it was so perfect, and just to show you guys, let me do this. I just want to show you the trade. Trading, sorry. Just want to show you the execution so you can see. Our execution was up here, and I took once we run these lows, I took my profit off the table. So that was a trade that I took. We call it up front. And yeah, this channel is basically to learn, to show you guys. I mean, I might look at something completely different, and you would have an A+ setup. I'm going to ask you, tell me what did you do differently, and maybe I'll learn something from you guys, and hopefully I can teach you guys something as well. And there we got that big push, and now we need to see. Right, so now it's a question of where we're going. Are we going right through here? Remember guys, we've got this target up here. Let's call it 19679. Let's put it in here, tell you all. Target 19679. Okay, there we go. That's a nice target, and it's not a random target. It is basically a 4-hour fair value gap. We've only closed the bottom. We have not closed at 50% yet, so I think if we're going to close above here strongly, that's most probably where we are heading to. But again, we had this first fair value gap. Are we going to close above this to take it higher, or are we going to spike and then come all the way back? Let's see. Maybe we create a nice fair value gap to all price here. Let's see. We've got 4 seconds left, and we've got a fair value gap. Now let's see this fair value gap will hold price and close above this high to take us higher. Very important, guys, to map out your plan. If the ORB is your strategy, map it out, put the rules in, even if you have to write rules down, and if there's something that stands out on a day that worked out perfectly, I promise you guys, make a note of that. Keep that note on a sticky pad or something close by so you can gather that A+ type of setups for yourself. So you can turn around and say, listen, if this is doing that today, I'm gonna try to capitalize on that. And that's all you got to do. Don't just randomly just try your luck, but try to fine tune it to the best of your ability. And yeah, and let's see how it works out. So for me now is this is key. We need to close above that swing point to go higher. This was a nice entry here. We can see the 50%, but this fair value gap, I would like to see that hold, because we took this high out, or this high with this big candle, which is a fair value gap. Normally you see a test and go higher. I mean, that is a strategy on its own. And if you follow it, you'll see it works pretty well. So if this white candle pushes through and create a fair value gap and closing above this, there's a very good chance for price to come back into that fair value gap and then continue higher. Right, let's see if we can get that push. Alright, there we go. Now we need to close above that, not spike like that. We need to close above it to give me confidence that we will go higher. Okay, so we close above that. Next target is going to be this high here. Close above that, and we'll work our way all the way up. So let's see. Okay, so we close above that. Next target was this, and we've just reached it. So that's a quick trade, guys. That is a quick trade. Let's see something quickly. Sorry, I want to look at something quick here. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. Righty, let's see if we're gonna, again, remember what I said, guys. You take a high out with a fair value gap, and then price come back to test it to go higher. There's your fair value gap that took out that high. Now let's see if we can get the test into that blue block and then see price going higher. See how we tested that blue block there, guys? We can go lower here. If we reject that like as it is, that high would become your new target. So your entry would be down there. 50% was right there. And that's 30 points, I think. Alrighty, let's see if we're gonna get to that high. Come on, give it to us. If we close like this, guys, you can move your stop to break even because that's a swing point. You don't want to see price go below that, and just hold for that high. Guys, just a quick one. This week you got to be careful because there's a lot of news, and I'm not saying there's a lot of news. I mean NFP, all of that. I trade news because I know I've obviously put something together that works for me, and but it's a risky week. Don't try to jump in when price is. Yeah, just be careful on these ranges. I've seen so many times where price gets stuck in a range and it just whipsaw you out, in and out of trades, and yeah, just be careful. All right, so this low here, that is where your entry was. Profit, entry to stop at break even. Target this. If we close above this thing strongly, then I would suggest you can hold to go higher, but right, let's see. Let us see. Right, let's see, we're going we could see price come all the way down here or reject and just go higher from here. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's see something quickly here. I want to see if this is where this is, how many points. I mean, that's a big push. Are we gonna go straight up there? I don't know. So let's see, take profit. We could see this go sideways a bit here. But let's see. Normally we don't just go straight up. We accumulate or before we want to distribute. We should have taken our trade down here. where we said would have been already a nice trade up anyways. Alright guys, I'm gonna stick around for a little bit more, then I'm gonna jump off. I'll give it some time, and maybe I'll see you guys in the PM session as well. But let's see what transpires here, if we're going to see that nice spike up. Unfortunately, you would have been stopped out here because of this push, but let's see if we're going to close above this to send us a little bit higher. Right, let's see. We are in the macro time now, which is 10:50 to 11:10. So we're either going to run this high and collapse, or we're going to push higher. Must tell you guys, I think the momentum is behind us to send us higher. Yeah? Come on, rocket to the moon. All right, so now we see we're going to close above these highs. Nice solid candle. And yeah, let's see if it creates a nice fair value gap for us. I'm just marking this out. We can still fill this, then leave no fair value gap. But if that's a fair value gap, we could see some entry there to take it up. But let's see how this candle closes first. Okay, all the blocks are fair value gaps. We've got a fair value gap. Now we can see a test in it to go higher. I can even put an order there to say let's buy to. See if it taps us in. Oh, just missed it. Right, let's see if it picks us up here. Alright, so if we take out that high, and yeah, I'll just, if we close above it, then I would just stay away and not actually take any trades. I'll just cancel this order. Alright, I'm closing this because obviously we're already pushing higher here. Alrighty, let's see if we can get it. Right, let's see if we can push up. Like the momentum to the top side. Got a nice target in mind. Will we get this straight up? I don't know. Momentum looks strong to the upside. Alright, so now we trying to test that, which is also fine. And I want to see that fair value gap hold price and send it to the high or the bottom of this or into this blue block here. Okay, so this high is key. If we close nicely, then we can see a nice further push higher here. Alright, so we've got 2 minutes left. Then I'm gonna jump off and then we'll go into PM session and I will then be back then. Alright, let's see if we can send price up here. Look guys, we don't have to send price up here now. If we go after 11, we could go into a slow moving sideways move and then maybe see some expansion into PM session. But let's see, eager to see what price is going to do. Oh, it's going to do, yeah. We've bounced from that fair value gap and now let's see if we can do the same. Right, let's see. So we close above that. There's a little fair value gap here, boom, 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 which is the new entry zone. See if we can get the bounce there. Maybe put a trade there and see. You missed this one here, that would be a nice trade. Alright, I'm not going to take this trade because we might go there, but I don't want to get stuck into something that I need to babysit, which I do not want to do. Alright, let's see how far we can push up here. Right. I think we all get the picture where this is probably going to go to, so let's just keep an eye on those things. I'm going to jump off here. Thanks you guys, thanks for joining, and I'll chat to you guys a bit later. See you guys in the PM session. Take care. Bye bye.